Given that Tara and Rebecca's relationship has been the focus of Season 3 of Criminal Minds, Evolution, the ending is endearing if unexpected. However, before the last act starts, the new core couple of the BAU are given a minute of calm. Criminal Minds, Evolution Season 3, Episode 8 closes on an unusually hopeful tone, but neither Tara nor Rebecca are out of the woods yet, and a sad conclusion could terminate their engagement. At least there is love, regardless of what happens to the disciple and the network that has been reset. Rebecca is waiting by Tara's hospital bed when she wakes up from facing her mother's ghost and her own fears. Tara returns to the office after a 2-week time jump, still weak but recovering from her bullet wounds. At Rebecca's welcome back party, Tara pops the question in front of her team, whom she refers to as her chosen family, and the BAU joyfully celebrates their engagement. Tara claims that after having a near-death experience, she gained perspective and understood that her commitment problems were preventing her from pursuing her genuine happiness, which would be a life with Rebecca. An armed attacker wearing a Yesotoko mask stopped Rebecca Wilson, Tara Lewis, and Evan Del Rey in a parking garage at the dramatic cliffhanger climax of Criminal Minds, Evolution Season 3, Episode 7. As the title heroine gradually discovers she was shot twice in the abdomen and is having a bizarre, near-death dream, Tara opens appropriately. Tara, who is always the forensic psychologist, tells herself that her brain is misfiring, yet she ends up spending the majority of the episode conversing with an image of her mother, who has passed away. Evan, on the other hand, is released with only a sling. Rebecca was left physically unhurt but emotionally wounded, Evan was clipped in the shoulder, and Tara was shot in potentially lethal regions. Rebecca is reasonably upset since Tara spends most of the episode in a near-comatose state and is too overwhelmed to even respond to Emily Prentiss and Penelope Garcia's inquiries when they visit. Naturally, Evan, who was first introduced as Rebecca's law school friend, is more than willing to listen to her grievances. The murder of Darcy was, surprisingly, more than just a ploy to make Evan the fall guy for the network. At first glance, Darcy's mysterious message to Tara, Rebecca, and Evan appeared to be a hoax, but the lawyer's body and the state of his office suggest he was onto something significant that could reveal a whole conspiracy. According to all Criminal Minds, Evolution, there is a connection between Rebecca and Voight, which in turn links them to Tara. For the parties involved, nothing immediately came to mind, but Voight ultimately identifies a case from Criminal Minds, Evolution Season 1 that has been forgotten. In Criminal Minds, Maria Jones' murder appeared to be just another vicious death, but Silvio Herrera's erroneous conviction led to the involvement of the BAU. Despite the fact that Cyrus killed Jones, Silvio made up a confession under duress and threats, which ironically resulted in the conviction that started Rebecca's career. Silvio's sentence is reversed by the team during Criminal Minds, Evolution Season 1, but the case appears to be the only thing that ties Rebecca and Voight together. It might be the last piece of the puzzle the BAU needs if Jeff Darcy's fresh proof is real. Evan is so supportive of Rebecca that it borders on suspicious, especially in Tyler's eyes, who is still figuring out his role as a rookie at the BAU. JJ thinks it strange that the shooter appeared to recognize Evan and specifically target a non-lethal spot to hit after watching the CCTV tape. Tyler learns that Evan was the DA who sent him up after Voight links the heart-engraved bullets from the crime site to a former network member known as Mr. Lonely Heart. Despite Emily and David Rossi's reluctance to accept Evan's involvement in the shooting, Tyler connects the lawyer's DNA to a Yesotoko mask found on a recently found body, Voight's new attorney Jeff Darcy, who first arranged the late-night meeting between Tara, Rebecca, and Evan. The part Tyler plays in Criminal Minds, his FBI training has helped him evolve, but when the hints come to light, he displays his inexperience. The disciple used Evan as a red herring to divert the BAU's attention rather than as a twisted villain. But that doesn't mean there won't be any surprises in store. To be honest, the little exchange between Rossi and Prentiss almost begs for a dramatic revelation in the last episodes. Rossi starts out by sharing his opinions about the disciple's profile, asserting that the disciple's extensive knowledge of Voight, his background, and his health is too specific to not be an inside job. Whoever is in charge of the relaunched network has likely been lurking in plain sight the entire time, as evidenced by the disciple's knowledge that Voight needed to see Silas were Mitchell, face in order to unlock his memories. Despite the scene's briefness, its implications are too significant to ignore. There aren't many named characters that the disciple may be in Criminal Minds, Evolution Season 3 due to the show's limited cast. Although Dr. Ochoa has been a significant player and has a strong affection for Voight, there hasn't been anything particularly troubling or strange about her personality. Criminal Minds, Evolution will either need to add a new character completely or at the very least make Dr. Ochoa a more credible antagonist if the disciple is actually a member of Voight's medical team.